gets in the paint, the advantage they have against the Blue Devils.
Duke leads Baylor by 2.
Got to get Edgecombe outside. I think he can take his guy if you get him involved.
Right crosses over.
Oh, good hesitation.
Off the stutter, kick it. And a Love 3.
It's an attack.
23-21 Duke.
Well, you got to play individual D because a lot of the Duke kids can put it on the deck. They really don't need sets and screens on a frequent basis.
Under 8 minutes to play. Love splashes it in from. He's not human.
And you know what I love? They go back and guard right after their guy.
Edgecombe kicks. Love defended by James. Puts his head down and gets all the way to the rim.
Nice move.
On top of the world.
He is stone cold right now. Bottom for Love. Just 34% from three-point territory from Hunville, Louisiana. And a 5-2 advantage for Mississippi State.
Nice clear out in the backside.
They go inside and they get the deuce with length here. Handoff. It's right.
He had the shot.
A floater doesn't go. The tip in, no. Knocked outside. Love will let it fly. Book it. A 3.
And that was on me. Nice hands. Good turnover.
It bounced off Matthews. Love looking for the angle, and he euros for the deuce.
3-point shooting, but
17 now for Josh Hubbard. He averages 18.7 per game. He's been one of the most impressive scorers in the SEC in the first 2 years of his college career.
He's had big games in his career against Kentucky, Alabama.
Love, off-balance delivery goes. Very fearless in the way he approaches the game. He's got 19 of his team's 41.
And strong base, range, you name it.
Keep it on the perimeter. Love, the junior.
They are patient. They don't mind late in the shot clock, this team.
5 to shoot. Love makes his move. High off the window. It goes. Kick for Celestine.
Going to his left, he pushed off.
And he couldn't spin it in. Rebound knocked to the outside, and Love takes it inside.
and right now, you know, Mississippi State only 2 fouls here in this half, so they have a chance to be really aggressive with their traps and defensively here down the stretch.
And I think Baylor has to be careful of clock control. Start delaying the game a little bit. You can't get into your action.
5-point game, 3:36 on the clock.
Down to 10 and nothing.
Omier, loop it, Love the catch, and Love by himself.
How about
Wearing a Baylor uniform. He's got 5 here in the first half. A high-level basketball game we're seeing right now.
Shot clock at 5. Jaden Nunn.
Good
the
kick.
kick out. Langston Love. 3! Deep 3 for the lead. Too strong for Emmanuel Sharp, and here comes Baylor and Robert Wright III. Banked in! The Houston team that has already wrapped up the top seed at the Big 12 tournament. Back-to-back Big 12 championships their first 2 years in the Big 12. And an amazing 18-1 Big 12 record this year. But
back out front for Olet. Posey sees Omier, then from the backside he gets stripped by Celestine. Love, one dribble, puts it up and scores.
And Bandago has gotten so much better at that, catching it in a short roll, not being in a rush, taking his time, surveying the floor to allow the one more opportunity on the backside.
Five to shoot for Love. And Langston Love gets to the cup.
Here at Fifth Third Arena.
And I think he's earned this. You know, when you talk about how hard he works, when you talk about what he does on the defensive side, Wes Miller starts to gain confidence and gain trust in him. And now that he's able to score the basketball now, the trust by Wes Miller for that young man is starting to grow immensely.
Love knocks down a three. And Love momentarily silencing the crowd.
Another offensive board for O'Meara. Finds Rob Wright. Edgecombe cleans the offensive glass. Second opportunity for Baylor. Make it 3. And amazing. They make their losses sound good. 9 of their 10 losses this year have come against teams who've been ranked in the top 10 at some point or another. There's the feisty play that Scott Drew needs from his team today. They create another turnover. In the corner, Langston Love tees it up. Made it look easy right. 7 seconds left. Edgecombe. Maybe he didn't get the message. Now he does. Here's Love. Butter. Baylor.
Going to be underneath. My goodness.
Yeah. Basket is waved off. Fouls on Ronseek. Scott Drew was irate about that. Langston Love jab steps in the corner. 13 points for Love. 3 of 7 from the floor. Give him 15 for
tonight. Vesar and O'Meara to jump it up. And Baylor wins the tip. Wright will control.
A whole new style of play for Baylor, playing basically 4 guards around O'Meara.
Josh Ojan would have done for the year with that knee injury, and that limits their size, so they play smaller. Langston Love here, meandering into the paint, lost the handle, collects, and puts it in. And number 19 in the country.
Yeah, big thing for Baylor right now is 2 for 10 from 3.
Langston Love inside, off the window and in.
Beauty.
And the kid from Melbourne, Australia, has helped fuel this Arizona attack. They're up by 8. Largest lead of the game for the Cats. Love tries to answer and does. Love spinning and can't hit. O'Meara rebounds.
He's got right.
Love inside, up and in.
Position against a really good Baylor team, you have to be able to capitalize on those fast break opportunities.
Yesufu out there for West Virginia. He's had some really big moments for the Mountaineers this year. 18 at Colorado to help them get that road win.
He's playing his best basketball of his career, averaging 13 points in the last 4. And we're talking about a guy who would have really locked you down.
Tanner lines up a 3, too strong. Love inside over Elizevich.
The one guy that has to settle down for Baylor right now is B.J. Edgecombe. He's got 3 turnovers.
Love puts it on the floor. Physical player, Langston Love. The lead is 10 for the Cougs. Langston Love. Got it. Nunn, good shooter. Short with that one. Rebound Love, he'll try and hit. Wilson jumper. That wouldn't fall. Flying in is Edgecombe. Langston Love, and that 3 will go.
Wish him a speedy recovery. Great young man.
Love will try and hit. Langston Love.
Well as going on the road to Texas Tech and beating Grant McCaslin's squad in their first Big 12 game. Welcome back. CF trying to capitalize. A win moves them closer to the projected NCAA tournament field. Trying to beat 5 seconds. Gets it into Jeremy Roach. Omier with the screen. Roach runs into Shum. 5 on the clock for Love. Love heaves the 3. It's open. This juice. Okay. I think you were old enough.
You think I knew that one?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm here with you, brother.
Here's Edgecombe. Foul ridden first half, picked up number 2 and number 3 in about a 1-minute span. As Langston, we took 25% NIL cut coming our way. Yeah, absolutely. What it is, we don't know what we get, but we're all here for it. See now if Langston Love can follow like his guy Josh, a little closer than Coleman is getting booed because he was the man that had the foul on Ojanwa, which from us, it looked like a hard foul, but a clean one in the first half. And that was another double-double moments ago for Norchad Omier, now with 80 career double-doubles. And you've got Langston.
And making sure when guards are going to collapse on him that he's strong with the basketball.
Well, a couple of missed free throws, Jalen Celeste.
But he keeps the ball away from the defender just by extending his arm. When he gets it that close to the basket, he's going to score.
Houston and Foster Pavilion in Waco.
We will see a familiar face on the Utah roster. Miro Little, who was a player here last year, has gone to Utah. Is like.
All right, Daniel, keep the record book open for Norchad Omier. Bears ball leading 61-30. That is the biggest lead of the night for the Bears. Langston Love knocks down the triple from the right.
Omier not giving him any better real estate. Myers looking to get baseline. Celestine denied, and another turnover. This time it's plucked away by Wright. Rob Wright into traffic. Love looking to get the Baylor Bears back on track. And well off the mark from Fields. Omier able to keep it in play. Keep this trip down the floor, still on. Love will go to the free throw line.
To that left shoulder, really hard to stop. If you're Ojan Bruno, you have to know that and send them the opposite way.
That ends an 8-0 run for Baylor. Love. Barmy Edgecombe.
Real positive. Look at this. Hit every field goal tonight, Baylor.
You can do better defensively for the Wildcats. Love left alone, make it 10 for 10 minutes without a field goal.
You would think they would maybe try to extend their defense a little bit, apply some more pressure, because in the half court.
Poll for the SEC, 5 of the top 10 are now from the SEC.
And one thing about the Big 12, had a couple of tough losses, but remember, this is a long season. Baylor was preseason 8. Baylor is a top 10 team.
Well, both Baylor and Arizona were preseason top 10, and they have both fallen out of the rankings, but it's December.
Yep, I know what a top 10 team looks like.
Low floater, and Baylor's doing 3 of the game for Abilene Christian.
And man, you can see, the type of shooting ability that Hunter Jack Madden has if he can just get more attempts. But unfortunately, that was the first mistake Baylor made when he was one pass away and not denying him the basketball.
Coming off a game where he made 5 threes at New Mexico State, WAC Player of the Week. The Bears have not allowed him to get many looks tonight. That's Langston.
Both of these teams lost 4 starters from a year ago. Diarra off the mark. But Baylor's kind of going through the same thing of trying to find themselves this year.
Absolutely. Every year is different. Chemistry is different, particularly with the portal. Oh, easy find.
And Love knocks it down from the wing. Able to get it outside to Stewart. Now Diarra in the corner. That was tipped. That's Omier. He's so good at those closeouts.
Well, he plays the total game. Little early screen and roll. Nice hesitation.
There's Love again. This time McNeely gets out to him. So Love drives it and finishes at the rim. If you're just joining us, both of these teams missing a very key player. Alex Caravan, veteran for UConn, and then B.J. Edgecombe, the freshman for Baylor. But there's a senior
on the floor during this game, though, stressing the importance of it.
It's just the second ever meeting. They met back in 1965, but it kind of feels like two conference rivals here tonight.
This is the guy that can, some magic. Nice hands by Reed again.
It came back to Wright. Shot clock at 5. Yeah, Wright's hobbling a little now as well. Love step back and that drops down.
They got a timeout. The tools, all the ability. I would agree with you. Omier got a hand on it. He's amazing.
Yeah, he kept it alive.
The broad shoulders.
And then Love at the rim. Count the bucket.
Needs help in scheduling in the future. I'll be glad to help.
I'll be a scheduling consultant, and we'll do better next time.
9-5 Bears on top. They've got the ball. It's Langston Love back in the Bahamas games. First time this season. Back healthy and knocking down the triple. Lane and won it. Pulling that New Orleans voodoo magic for a big win on the riverfront there. Now to Waco and playing all road games until they hit the start of conference play January 4th. Langston Love, floater in the paint. Couple of more right now than Norchad Omier. James White wheels around his defender. Shot no good. Langston Love, the rebound for the Bears. Love kind of left open there. He's going to take